I first came because of migraines, and I was honestly kind of curious because I knew about Dr. Baker and some of his history with treating Lyme disease, which has been a long-term problem for me. But I have been kind of wary of just doctors in general when it comes to Lyme disease, because I feel like I've done the same thing so many times without seeing any different results. So I kind of started off with the migraines, and then I kind of filled in Dr. Baker in with other things that I was also experiencing, specifically the Lyme disease. So that's my first thing. Everybody here has been just wonderful. Everybody is really compassionate and kind, and really knowledgeable. I mean, it's impressive to find out some of the things I didn't necessarily know before, and now all of a sudden I do. Everybody's just very helpful and very polite and kind. I've done lots of different kinds of ozone. I started off with 4 passes, and then I moved up to 8, and now I do the high dose. And I also do hyperbarics, and I do the basic nutrient bags, and I also do the poly MVA. I was first diagnosed with Lyme disease when I was 17 years old, and it has been a long road because I am getting close to having Lyme disease for half of my life. And all the treatments that I've done before have just been the standard antibiotics and steroids for pain, and I mean, I get the same results every single time. It takes care of the symptoms for a little bit, and they come right back. So with the treatment, I have been able to reduce my migraines, which was initially the reason that I came. So I went from 5 migraines a week down to maybe 1, maybe 2 on a really bad week for me. And all my other symptoms still, like joint pain, nerve pain, pain associated with an arrhythmia that I have that's related to Lyme disease, the fatigue, mental clarity, all those symptoms are, regularly under control as long as I keep up with my treatment. So it's been nice to see that, because before I would go in and do the prescribed, antibiotics and steroids, and then within a year I would be in the exact same spot as I was before, and all of my symptoms would just come right back, and it would just deteriorate over time, and it'd be really uncomfortable again. So I started to feel better after probably about 2 months, because I started to get sick, while doing the treatment, because it was kind of getting rid of all the junk that I don't need in my body. But I really saw noticeable improvements after 2 months of consistent treatment, where the nerve pain, which was a big deal for me, was starting to get under control. So the nerve pain was something that I would experience for multiple days. I would either have a burning sensation in different areas, or on an entire half of my body, and it was just very, very uncomfortable. So that was the biggest improvement that I saw right away. But 2 months was when I first started to notice it, and after about 5 or 6 months, it was pretty good. Something that I really appreciate about Dr. Baker is he actually takes time with you. He gets back your labs, and he sits down with you, and he explains both what the actual numbers mean, plus where he feels he's comfortable with those numbers being, meaning if it says the threshold is 1 and he thinks the threshold should be 0.5, he lets you know. And so I appreciate that, because usually you just get lab results back and they just tell you this was positive, that was negative, just the general stuff. But Dr. Baker actually just takes time to make sure that you understand what it is that is happening in your body, and as he prescribes your treatment for you, he takes into account those things, and regularly does labs to make sure that you're on track for actually making a recovery or improvements in general. I would definitely recommend the Healing Sanctuary, and mostly because of the care that I've received here. Both the results that I've gotten from the care, but also the way that everybody has always been so compassionate and helpful. it's a big deal because most of the time when you go to a doctor's office, you kind of get, you're just another number, like you're getting shuffled through. They're just trying to hurry up and get you in and get you out. But it doesn't feel that way here. For me, the biggest thing is the different treatments that are available. It's not just the standard antibiotics, which is something that has always bothered me about Lyme diseases. It's like the same antibiotic every single time, and it's, same results. So for me, it's the options that are available and the ability that like Dr. Baker and the other staff here have to tweak the treatments to make it more effective. Because I started off doing one thing, and when we realized that I could make bigger improvements, we moved it around, we changed things, and it made bigger improvements. So I just appreciate the different approach to treatment in general.